Good morning, Ken here. I am out early this morning. Well, not super early. Sun's up a little bit already, but it's an overcast day, so not great skies, but it should be good. I am at a place I've been really excited to get to. It's a place, it's a state park called Old Stone Fort, and it's an archaeological site. And I'll give you some particulars in a little bit, but I'm out here. They've like a mound structure that was built by the Native Americans somewhere around 1,500 to 2,000 years ago. I'll get you the numbers here in a little bit. But they built this mound structure as kind of like a ceremonial site, the archaeologists believe. And the really cool thing is, I guess, I've been reading about it, during the summer solstice, the sun aligns like perfectly right down the middle of this, these mound structures. And I'm really into like that ancient archaeology stuff and how things are aligned by the sun and the stars. And so anyways, very fascinating to me. So I've been waiting to get out here. And then there's a river that winds around the park called the Duck River. And it's supposed to be one of the most biologically diverse rivers in Tennessee. So excited to kind of see that. There's supposed to be some, a series of different waterfalls as the creek descends going through the park. So I'm gonna go check some of those out, see if I can capture some cool images and take you guys along for a walk with me in the woods this morning. But about an hour south of Nashville, in a place called Manchester, Tennessee. I've been down here a couple times to shoot Rutledge Falls and Machine Falls, but have not made it to this place yet. So super excited. I'm glad you're along with me. Let's go check this place out. Okay, so I'm by the mound structures now, and there's this really cool placard here kind of explaining what's going on and about the alignment of the sun over here. So maybe pause it if you want to read about it. There's the section on the alignment for the summer solstice. So yeah, pretty cool. These are some of the mounds around me now. Obviously they're really old, so there's big trees growing on them, etc. But really cool spot. Definitely has a cool vibe to it. So anyways, I'm gonna keep checking it out. Head down by the creek. Okay, I am approaching the first set of falls here. Kind of a bunch of different cascades working their way through. There's one here, it's a little bit higher elevation, winds back in, back over in there, and then there's another secondary cascade, third cascade over in here. A decent flow today, so should make for some good images. Also got like this really interesting little spillway happening right here. So I'm gonna try and get set up here and shoot something. We're not going to see the whole falls because there's some rocks in the middle here, but I do like the way the cascades are working out. And then way back in the distance, I'm going to see there's like a dam type falls up over in there. So I don't know if I'm going to get that in the shot or not, but we'll see. Other cool thing to point out is that you see across the creek there, the red buds here in Nashville are starting to bloom, and they're really beautiful. It has a really cool pop of purple, pink color into a scene as well. So see if I can incorporate some of those as the day goes on here. But anyways, I'm gonna get set up here and work on the first shot. All right, I'm going to walk you through the shot. I am set up right here on the edge of this slab of limestone. What I've got framed up, and I'm going to do a two-shot panorama, but I'm going to start, I like the root structures and everything happening over here. I've got this little falls tied in here, and then got these cascades leading through the scene over to that other secondary cascade over there, and I'm going to pan over and get a little bit of the outlet there, and this really nice, interesting, sweeping line coming through with these rocks that have been broken off at some point in the past off this falls. So I'm going to do, like I said, a two-shot panorama, and I like the way it looks. I'm also going to be able to include that red bud that I was talking about over there. That's going to be in the shot as well. And I do like this arching branch. sorry, this arching branch that comes through the scene as well, kind of wrapping over the top of the main set of falls here. So yeah, really cool. We'll see how this one comes out. Hope you like it. This trail I am on kind of winds around up above the Duck River down there. I wanted to try and get down below on the creek bed to shoot the falls, but it was super sketchy. There was one area to get down. It was like a 3 or 4 foot drop to get to the first slab of limestone, and it was all slippery. So I didn't want to risk falling today. So I was working my way down along this path here. Yeah, it's just really pretty walk. I'm definitely the first person on this trail because I keep walking through a bunch of spider webs, which is kind of par for the course sometimes, you know. But I think I see the trail is leading down over here, down towards the creek bottom. So maybe I'll be in luck and see if I can get back over there. Keep walking down here. Okay, so little history on Old Stone Fort here. Old Stone Fort was built during the Middle Woodland period, 1500 to 2000 years ago. The Native Americans used this area continuously for about 500 years, eventually leaving it abandoned. By the time European settlers arrived, it was unclear what the area had been used for, which resulted in being misnamed as a fort. In 1966, the state of Tennessee purchased 400 acres of the Chumbley Estate as the core of what is now Old Stone Fort Archeaological Park. It's a really cool place out here. There's camping, there's a big playground for kids, and you know, you just have this beautiful hike along the river here that winds you through the park. So yeah, there you go, little history on it. Like I said earlier, I love like Native American and structures that were built in the past that still exist today. We can try and figure out what they're all about. So yeah, there we go. All right, I made it down by the creek bottom. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get up to that first falls now. Came across this really cool piece of rock here. It's a piece of limestone that's fallen off the bluff. And it's got these really amazing trails that go through it. I can't help but wonder if that was like old large worms that were working their way through the mud and the lime when it was deposited in the ocean a long time ago. But very cool. And then the other thing I wanted to point out, this is the first time I've seen this here in Tennessee. This is a nodule of chert inside the limestone. And chert is what the Native Americans used to use to make arrowheads. When you crack it open, it makes really sharp edges on the fractures, and done properly, you can turn this into an arrowhead. So anyways, really cool to see this at a native, historic native site in Tennessee here. So, you know, perhaps these nodules that are in here were used by the natives to make arrowheads, but I thought I'd point it out because it's really cool to see it. I haven't seen a piece of chert yet, so there we go. All right, so I moved a little bit further down the trail here, and I'm set up over here, and I'm gonna grab the camera over there in a second. There's a secondary little falls coming in. There's the second falls from the Duck River. It just looks like it's about 100, 150 yards to my left, but I got the secondary falls coming in, and let me grab this. What I've got going on here is I have these two rocks in the foreground coming in, and then I've got the falls in the background. I got a little bit of the bluff line back there as well. I'm trying to eliminate these rocks to the left. They're not adding anything. So, you know, probably in here, well, I can't get in tight enough, but you'll see. I like the way it's set up. I just think it's cool. The water's kind of glassy, getting a little bit of reflection off of it. I might throw a polarizer on there just to get a little bit more, get the reflection off the water. So we'll see how this one comes out, but here it is. All right, I am over by the big falls. I'm just above it here. And I'm set up back over this way at this little spillway up above here. And I gotta be really careful. I almost fell a second ago on these rocks. They're really slippery when they're wet. They're kind of like a mossy algae covered. But I am set up over here, as you can see. I'm down fairly low, and what I wanted to do to be able to catch this falls coming through the scene. I also like the way this leading line here with the falls in the foreground, cascade bringing your eye through. The only thing I don't like is perhaps this rock in the middle that's kind of splitting the horizon. But in order to get this falls in on the right over here, which is what I want to get with this little bluff overarching piece of rock here, I was looking for that scene. So I'm going to take one or two photos from here, maybe move my composition just a little bit, and here's the best shot. Alrighty, so I am up above the big falls here. That's that little cascade that I just photographed a little bit ago. That last photo was over here, and now I'm up above the falls. And what I'm going to try and do here, from my tripod, I'm going to try and shoot a panorama with a couple of photos with this little cascade up above that I was just at, winding through the main falls here, and then coming down into the plunge pool. I really like all the debris that's piled up over there. Kind of matches the arc of the falls here. We had big rain a couple weeks ago, and a lot of that must have washed down then. Yeah, and then just follow maybe one more shot over this way just to get an idea of the pool back there. But yeah, pretty shot. I'm probably going to pull in and try and get a couple tight shots into the falls here. Those little intimate shots I like to get. We'll see how those come out as well. But anyways, here's the first shot with the panorama. And then I'll follow it up with some those intimate shots as well. Well, I was actually going to head back to the car, and I walked by a group of people out on a hike, a big group of folks, and the guy leading the hike's like, you got to go down this trail. The bluebonnets are blooming. And so this is my first experience with bluebonnets here in Tennessee, and they're just beautiful. There's just clusters of them in here, kind of winding through. We're up above the creek a little bit. Creek is back over there, river, Duck River. And so I'm just going to try and position myself, try and find a little bit of a foreground element. Like right here, I have this log coming through, which I really like. The challenge is it's gotten really windy, so I'm going to have to make some adjustments to my settings because, yeah, I don't want all the motion in the flowers. I want the flowers shut pretty still. So anyways, this is just amazing in here. It's just like little pockets and groups of them. But yeah, really spectacular. I'm gonna take a few photos and I'll put the best 1, 2, or 3 up. All right, well, that was outstanding. I was not expecting those flowers to be blooming. Those bluebells are just amazing. Yeah, lucky, total luck. Just had a feeling last night. I was working on my edit for the video I'm releasing today, and I started looking around. It was like around midnight. And I'm like, where should I go tomorrow? Where should I go tomorrow? So I picked Old Stone Fort, and man, I'm glad I did. It was a total blessing. Kind of felt led to come here. I'm glad I did, man. It was amazing. I was just expecting to be able to just shoot, you know, a couple waterfalls and do my normal thing and vlog the hike a bit. And all of a sudden find out that these flowers are blooming like that. Just amazing. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I feel like I got a couple pretty good shots of the falls, and definitely got some good shots of the wildflowers. So anyways, I haven't asked this in a while, but if you aren't subscribed, please consider doing so. I'm at 180 subscribers right now. When I get to 200, I am doing another photo giveaway, so you can be part of that as well. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the old thumbs up. That really helps the algorithm send this out to more people. And hey, if you're feeling extra generous, please share this with somebody that might enjoy seeing what's going on in nature in March 2025. I'm just overjoyed. But anyways, thanks for coming along with me on this one. Yeah, from Old Stone Fort, Manchester, Tennessee. I'll catch you on the next one.